This topic too, we are going to look at some outstanding Ghanaian entrepreneurs. Lesson 1. So we look at the objective of the lesson. At the end, what are we going to achieve? By the end of the lesson, learners should have knowledge on an entrepreneur. So you should know who an entrepreneur is, their contribution to the nation. What do they do for the nation? Some Ghanaian entrepreneurs, that's what we are supposed to know, these three things. Now, introduction. The development of every or any country needs the contribution of her people. For a country to develop, the government has a role to play. The citizens of the country also have a role to play. So government will do his part, citizens also do their part. Now there are some Ghanaians who have played very important roles in the development of the country. The people we are going to discuss are known as entrepreneurs. An entrepreneur is a person who organizes and controls a business with the aim of making profit. Anyone who organizes and controls a business with the aim of making profit is an entrepreneur. So an entrepreneur puts resources together to produce goods for the purpose of making profit. Some Ghanaian entrepreneurs help in the development of the nation, and we are going to look at some of them. Tetteh was a Ghanaian businessman based in Nigeria and in the Gold Coast. He was determined to use his business idea to help his people in the Gold Coast. He helped farmers in Gold Coast to sell their cocoa beans outside the country. Now he also set up a bank to offer financial support to businesses owned by Africans. So we've seen two. One, he helped local farmers, cocoa farmers, to sell their beans outside the country. Two, he also set up a finance, let's say a bank, to help Ghanaian African-owned businesses. He supports local businesses such as timber, palm oil, and other local raw material producers. He did so because European banks were not giving financial support to African-owned businesses. He established a cooperative to help cocoa farmers. And by this, cocoa farmers were able to sell their beans and then export some outside the country. Second friend here is Esther Ocloo. She was born as Esther Ocloo. She is a Ghanaian entrepreneur who was one of the people who introduced the program of making small loans available to businesses. She's one of the founders of the Women World Banking, and she was the first chairperson of the board of the bank. Even though she came from a poor family background, she gained a scholarship to study in Achimota. So if you are coming from a poor background, it doesn't mean you should end there. You can study hard and gain scholarship as she did. And then now she's a big woman. After school, she started a food processing business. This was the first formal food processing business in the Gold Coast. She produced marmalade and orange juice and supplied to Achimota School. You have to live a good life. She attended Achimota School. Achimota School was her first market. She started producing, started selling to the school. If you had lived a bad life there, how can you go back? She later supplied the military. The business grew to be known as Nkulenu Industries. She traveled to England to study food technology, preservation, nutrition, and horticulture. So once you get the idea, you should learn how you can advance it, how you can improve it. That's what she did. Nkulenu started producing canned foods. She produced canned tomato and soup bases. So canned tomatoes, canned soup, Nkulenu palm nut soup, and the rest. Yes. Esther Ocloo worked in Ghana and in other international organizations. She spent a lot of time in trying to train women to be productive. Dr. Tetteh Ocloo assisted a lot of women to get small loans for their businesses. This helped a lot of women, especially those in rural communities. A lot of women were able to provide for themselves and their families. Her organization, Women World Bank, has helped millions of women to start and expand their businesses. Through this initiative, the rate of poverty was reduced. So we see entrepreneurs, so they are people who put resources together and then with the aim of making profit. Then some of them we have looked at with Tetteh and then Esther Inkulenu or Esther Ocloo. Their contributions, you see, they provide employment for the citizens so that unemployment can reduce. Some also provide financial support for businesses so that they can also grow their businesses. We will meet and continue in lesson 2.